This is my husband, Logan. I've been a pastry chef for about 11 years.
And I'm constantly eating.
And today I'm gonna show Logan how to make Italian Easter bread.
But it's not Easter yet.
No, but it will be.
Oh, okay. Well, it is Easter. Happy Easter.
It'll be Easter in a couple of days.
Oh, okay.
When this video is released.
Does it have like Peeps and Reese's peanut butter cups and stuff in it?
No, it's gonna have colored eggs on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And sprinkles.
Sprinkles?
Yeah, we've got sprinkles.
Oh.
I stole some from work.
Yay, work sprinkles. Alright, what do I do?
Alright, so this is an enriched dough. So it's got butter and sugar and eggs in it. So we're gonna start with the butter and milk. And once again, I do not have milk in the fridge, but I do have heavy cream and almond milk. We're gonna do 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream and half a cup of almond milk.
So, half cup almond milk?
Yeah.
1/4 cups heavy cream. Yeah?
Okay.
Wait.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you do the half cup and the 1/4 cup? Instead of doing the 1/4 cup 3 times.
Because that means I would have to think. Thinking is hard.
Work smarter, not harder.
I like to work harder, not smarter.
I've noticed. How long are you gonna do that?
There's stuff dripping off of it. Almond milk.
Why do you
Where do
keep
I want-
holding it at an angle when you're like pouring the stuff in there? It's not even.
Barely even to me.
And I'm adding the almond milk to the heavy cream just to kind of even out the fat content in it since we don't have the milk.
And 76 grams of butter. On! We are in grams.
Yeah, that's its default.
I didn't know that.
How many times have we used this scale and you haven't noticed that?
Like once. How much of this is that?
Well, usually it says how many grams are total. In
Like
the thing.
453.
Yeah. Because it's a pound of butter.
How much is a 1/3 cup of a pound?
Well, there's 2 cups in a pound. No, use this one.
What is this?
It is a spreader.
Oh, so that's a cup. That's a half. How does that make that? Whoop!
Oh my God.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you didn't think dropping something into liquid is gonna make it splash?
Nope, didn't think about it. Alright, we're at 50. 55, 69, 69, 72.
It's kind of a nifty knife, isn't it?
Damn it! Alright.
Alright, so bring that over, put it to medium heat, and we'll melt it. Clean up your mess.
The rest of this goes into that bowl.
Yeah.
Add yeast, sugar in bowl, and then...
Warmed milk and butter.
Oh.
You still smell like onions, dude.
Good, onions are delicious. Learn to like them. 2 1/4 teaspoons. Quarter. 2 1/4 teaspoons. You used the half cup and it's wet.
Oh no. Let's see him struggle. He's got a 1/3 cup and a 1 cup. What is he going to use to figure out a half a cup in this thing? Really?
Gotta be exact.
Because the sugar's not gonna stick to it at all. Our towels aren't the most absorbent.
A little bit more stuff that's added on the side. How's that?
If you let your milk get too hot, it's gonna kill your yeast. Don't really want to get it too hot. If you do, you can just let it cool for a while before you add it in, but I am impatient. These 2 eggs, I just forgot to write it down in the instructions. In the recipe I found, it said to add the salt in with the yeast and the sugar. I've always been told that salt will kill your yeast, so I never really let them touch. So I am having Logan add the sugar in after we add the flour in. At least you don't have to separate eggs this time.
Yeah, because what side goes which? We'll figure it out eventually. Alright, what's next?
You can kind of mix it together a little bit. Really? That's... You can kind of slowly add in your milk and butter while you don't miss the pocket. Look at that pocket. Look at that pocket.
I'm working on it.
Honestly, I usually will put all of my wet ingredients in first and then add my dry on top of it. I thought I would try following the recipe fully, but whatever. This is actually a little hot.
Too hot?
It's gonna kill our yeast for sure. If you can't like put your finger in it for very long, that does hurt. Then it's gonna be too hot for your yeast.
Stop wiping stuff on my clothes.
Stop! Oh! What are you doing?
I'm getting stuff off my spreader.
So what we're gonna do to kind of combat how hot this is I'm gonna have you add your flour and then your salt. And then we're gonna slowly pour this in while we kind of fold it. That's how we're gonna handle it.
Flour. 4 cups of flour.
But, did you read your instructions?
Add 2 cups of flour until incorporated, then slowly add rest.
So we'll do this in batch. This is just so that we don't over flour and come up with too stiff of a dough.
I'm good at it. 1, 2, 3. Mixy, mixy.
And this will just help kind of regulate the temperature a little bit. Hi, buddy. Did I not get any of that, or did I turn it off before?
I have no idea.
We might need to like go between this and flour if it gets too wet and too hot. You can go ahead and turn it off and scrape the sides. So it looks really wet now, but we'll mix it some more and see if it works itself out together. And hopefully we did not kill our yeast. So you can see the dough is already cleaned up the sides a lot. We haven't added any extra flour besides the full 4 cup, even though it started out super wet. So this is kind of what you're looking for. We still have a little bit ways to go. You can see how much is still sticking to the bottom. We want it when it's on a higher speed to pretty much come up from the bottom, except for like a small amount in the very center. All right, this is exactly what you're looking for. You can't necessarily see it too well with it on this high speed, but the sides are clean. It's coming off the bottom. It's very smooth. A little tacky, but not super sticky. Perfect dough. So our dough is risen. We did not kill our yeast. It looks really nice. It's doubled in size. It's got a little bit of a skin on top. It's just because my towel wasn't damp. I don't really care too much if it gets like a little bit of a skin. It actually feels really good to touch it. I love dough. It feels, especially like enriched doughs, they're just so smooth and soft. They're really fun. So I think the best way for us to do this is we're gonna cut the dough in half and we're each gonna make our own loaf. So I said at the beginning of the video that it's an Italian Easter bread. I made this like, I meant like the year before I met you, so maybe like 2 years ago. Go ahead and put that on there. So go ahead and flour your surface. I have my oven preheating at 350, by the way, that's what that noise is. It's an enriched dough and it gets braided into a wreath, and then you gotta put colored eggs. They can either be hard-boiled or raw. I'm using raw because that's what I did before and it worked out great. They were like perfectly cooked eggs. So let's cut this baby in half. So we want to kind of rest our dough first a little bit after proofing it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna shape it. Okay, you don't play with it that much. You don't want to press too much of the gas out of it. So what we're doing to kind of put it in a ball is you kind of drag it towards you. So I'm using the very palm of my hand to drag it, turn it a little bit, drag it, turn it, drag it, turn it, drag it. We don't have to make it too tight because this is just going to rest before we do our shaping, and then we're gonna proof it again. But the point of that is just to get it just a little bit shaped. It's not very tight. If we were just gonna make a loaf like this, it would be different. I just kind of want to rest it a little bit a second time after we've touched it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 4-piece braid, mainly just to mess with him.
God, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm pretty sure I remember how to do a 4-piece braid. I learned.
She doesn't even know how to do it. So
I don't do it that often, but it's fun. I think I remember how to do it. It just takes a little bit, and it looks neater than just a 3-piece braid. We want to make, yep, try to get it as even as possible because I don't want to weigh it. You got a cute little burrito going on. And then you want to make ropes. And when you make ropes, you want to start in the middle and roll your way out. If If you're having trouble with it rolling and it keeps shrinking back out, then just kind of let it rest and go to a new block. You just want to make sure that they're going to be like the same size. And this one is definitely smaller.
That one's definitely silver.
That's okay. I'm not a perfectionist. I think having things to be less uniform creates a more interesting product. And as long as it tastes good, really that's what matters most. Except yours is so much different in size.
I know. I didn't realize how off that was gonna be.
So next, we want to lay them all out horizontally in front of us. This is going to be a fun space challenge. And then they can kind of combine up at the top. It's a twist. Right side, left side, twist. Are you getting it? This might be completely wrong, guys. It's looking good. So, and honestly, that's all that I really care about is just that, like, the kind of braid looks cool. I definitely messed up right up in here somewhere, but I kind of like it. Yours actually looks really good.
Damn straight, mine looks great.
Yours looks really nice.
It's better than
Honestly,
yours.
yeah, mine's really lumpy. I don't really care too much.
Finally, I did something that looks better than hers. Do it.
So then we're going to make it into a wreath. And it doesn't matter if like your ends come together poorly because we can just put an egg on it. So we're gonna put it on a pan and we're gonna let this rise for a little bit. And then we're gonna put our eggs on and do an egg wash. I probably colored a little bit too many eggs, but that's okay. Did I not press play on this at all? Alright, and we're back. We've got them out of the oven, and I would say mine actually ended up looking better than Logan's in the end. It's got a little bit more uniform of a bake on it as far as height, I guess, would go. But as you can see, one of my eggs fell into the center, but all of my eggs stayed on. Logan's, that one fell off right here, but he put it back in the little belly button middle.
Did not. It was there the whole time. He's lying.
Yeah, I can't tell from the green streak there at all. But otherwise, they smell really good. They smell really buttery. I'm excited to eat them, but we're not gonna eat them until tomorrow because it's bedtime. Yeah. But they look really cool. I'm actually really happy with how they turned out still. I'm not really too worried about things that were coming out perfect. As long as they taste good, and he seems to be enjoying the sprinkles. We're gonna wrap these up, let them stay somewhere that the cats aren't gonna eat them because my cats absolutely adore bread. So much for not eating right before bed.
I only took a little bite. It smelled so good I had to.
So that was us making the Italian Easter bread, and we're gonna head off to bed. So go ahead and leave us a comment below, and while you're down there, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.